Now this morning we message of motivation. It's actually an interesting quote, see them on Facebook and I find them very, very much inspiring, and I want to relate it to you this morning. It's about the power of you just being, living in the present. Now, we all know, say, it is often that we always they try for make ourselves crazy and tired by trying to figure out the answer or for see the full picture, or certain times just for make waiting we try for get done, let it work by force, any kind of way for work out. But rather than doing all of that and stressing yourself, going this way, going that way, sometimes it's just important for focus your energy on staying in the present moment. Enjoy each moment as it presents itself and open your eyes to the possibilities of life and try to understand, say, there are just those days where you cannot have it all figured out. And rather than stressing yourself about the past, the things them where you for don't do, where you not be able to do, and worrying about the future, waiting tomorrow go bring, how would I handle tomorrow? Sometimes it's just important to take some steps back. Live today, take today as it comes, and understand that those things where you're not able to figure out today, you would be able to figure them out tomorrow. Because sometimes it's not about you not trying enough. It's not about you not doing enough. It's not about you not even knowing the answer. Sometimes it's just the fact that waiting the answer where you try for, look for today, where you want let it day in the present today. The answer was not meant to be discovered today. It was meant to be discovered tomorrow. So sometimes when life gets tough, when things get hard, when it feels like your dreams are not working and the plans them where you don't put in place, they're not seem for day in line, don't stress yourself too much. Don't worry too much, because worry not they add anything. It does not change the present. Live in the present. Take each day as it comes. Pray hard, work hard, and everything would be all right.
My friend, time now money. Make you not play with your work, yeah.
Time well, no waka waka, no gossip, no spoil another man. Use your time well, do better thing. Money not they come from heaven, do better thing. Money goes come. Now true word that they tell you so. Hey, true word not be cheap, my brother. Not the spoil person, you know good, you hear. Time well, no waka waka, no gossip, no spoil another man. Use your time well, do better thing. Money not come from heaven. So good.
In a world where only the sharpest minds survive, Cowbell Dairy Products is delighted to present the Cowbell Capucines Challenge, a remarkable inter-secondary school quiz competition that brings Freetown secondary schools together to compete for the ultimate prize. The theme for this competition is nurturing the spirit of patriotism through civic education. This isn't your average quiz. It's an extraordinary showdown of intellects and wits. Who will claim the coveted grand prize and of course those all-important bragging rights? Get ready for a whirlwind of challenging questions, exhilarating rounds, and moments that will leave you in awe. As if that's not enough, we have fantastic prizes like trophy, cash, and Cowbell products up for grabs. It's not just a competition, it's a celebration of knowledge and talents. Mark your calendars for November 16 and 17, 2023 at the FPC Multipurpose Hall beginning at 9 a.m. sharp daily. Come cheer for your school, support your friends, and be part of the excitement. Cowbell Capucines Challenge, engaging hearts, equipping minds. Proudly sponsored by Cowbell. Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
Okay, welcome back. You're listening to the Epic Morning Show. And this morning on the show, they talk about how the timing of government disbursement, they affect performance of various government departments and agencies them. But let's just have some background context around the topic, yeah? Now, budgeting in itself, now the process where they transform information into decision them. Now, every year requests are submitted by spending units. The Ministry of Finance, they generate into the national budgets, the different requests them we all the different agencies then get. And this then they further go within a parliament, within the lane of parliament, and parliamentarians would normally debate it, question the figures that are there, how realistic they are, how government intend for even get the money for finance their expenditures then, and so on and so forth. It's a long process. And at the end of the day, Parliament can finally endorse that which is in the budget. Now, after that is endorsed, then they don't give the Ministry of Finance the go-ahead for now make the disbursements them. But these disbursements are not made one-off, not a one-off something where you just they go and give them the money for the entire year. Normally, then they do them quarterly and things like that. But there now comes in the challenge, because not a one-off you they disburse the money, and because of the fact, say, notwithstanding the fact that governments don't put certain figures them inside the budget, they don't necessarily get all of the money them. Some na money that we then hope for raise through revenue generation, some na through international partners, cooperation and things like that. Can get a little bit of a hitch along the way, because maybe if waiting how governments be don't foresee them for able to get them money, then they're not able to get them money, then they can cause some delay in terms of the disbursements to then different agencies them. This morning we want to look deep into how they affect performance standards. Of course, we'll discuss that in line with the government areas of priority presently and how we were able to navigate through the situation, paying special attention to the current economic situation. Now the country inflation is at an all-time high, and so on and so forth. There's just a lot of things going on around the economy. And this morning, for discuss this and boku other things, then we get for come up on the show, I have with me Dr. Victor Moinina, we're a leadership and governance specialist. Good morning, doctor, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Fortune, and good morning, Sierra Leone.
Good. We'll get right into it, but maybe before we come on to the disbursement, I would want for we start first of all with the budgeting in itself. Do you think that the approach we government they use towards putting together them figures, them the budgets, them, I mean, just putting the numbers there and those ones where you hope for raise through revenue generation, do you think that's the best approach?
Thank you very much. This is not the first time they on this year they talk about this. Normally, governments for do what we call a consultative process, because if you come up with such a decision, it means that the people in there for be involved. Of course, we have to look at the figures very well. But one thing I noticed from this budget is that it is more tax-driven. And if you did make a budget of something that is very tax-driven, you know they come with a one. It have to take a gradual process. Already, the economy loaded. A lot of taxes don't come up where we nobody expect. But now we don't see them come up. And when you look at these budgets now, you notice even with staples, get forget an additional tax. Which means the price get for can go up. And if the cost of commodities keep going up, I think the government back for also look at way for cushion them. Because the people where you they lead, if you they continue for give them more taxes, then you get for make more avenues for let them make money. Quite recently, me say traders them around that Sani Abacha Street, they strike. They lock their shop, then say they're not going to sell because at the end of the day, GST was high. And we the customers that we they go for go buy them products there, so now we they get it each. And we know say definitely in order for being easy. So the process where I think the government for do before you even do a budget, If I don't start engagement from then June, July, meet with people, now this and this government want, now this and this now priority. But again, then go argue say, now that time they will be ready for elections. But the consultative process was very poor. And sad to say that even the people that we put in our parliament were supposed to represent they would not do that. Most of them would just concur and support, and then at the end of the day, now we the people in for suffer. So I don't think the process was fair enough for the people.
I've had arguments with regards specifically the having a tax-driven budget, like in this instance. I've had arguments like then they help for contributes towards we financial independence and things like that, and then they help for bolster government in efforts towards ensuring that they're able for fund them projects them by themselves and all. And if we're able for generate enough money within here, then we go able for become that kind of economy where we want for be, rather than depending on aids and all of that. That has been an argument where several government personalities they put forward.
Well, let me debunk that first. Let me look at it from this angle here. Where the new NRA bus, where the NPP come, I remember they say in a day, they collected almost 1.28 trillion. Now, the question lies is, where will they collect all the money and who side the money they go? And say, at the moment, salaries are stuck. Whether you're working for the government, whether you're working for an educational institution, whatever you're doing, the process just day one side. I not go continue for pay tax where the income what they receive, it's still the same. Then it doesn't make sense. It means that you are ripping me off which I supposed to forget. And even in developed countries, you find out say they need for get more money. Which then do? Then create more avenues for make more money. People are being paid over time. But here you are not paid overtime. And they will give you more activities and more tax. So how I go get this money out of a can't pay tax? What means say it go reach the way some pariga for left return and go to our village there. And because I think say down there go be the best option. But on a more serious note, where you want for drive too many taxis, provide more avenues for make more money. Because if you don't provide these avenues, people are not going to take it easy and it's not going to be a very good drive for you.
Okay, now let's look at something else. Let's look at the approach in itself. Government get 5 areas of priorities. During the campaign, they may tag them as the big 5.
Yeah.
These are areas where they intend for focus on, spend a lot on, and things like that. Now, with this new budget, with the Minister of Finance, Just Dongolina Parliament, and of course with the new Finance Act as well, you get for realize it's like government want for juggle 2 things at the same time. They want for focus on a robust local revenue generation as well as able for finance them, projects them. Let's look at how realistic that is. The agricultural thing in itself, first of all, it is a huge project, Feeds Alone. It's very, very big. Yes, of course, you get forget international support and all, but you and I know how these things work. International partners would want to see that it is working before they begin for spending it.
First of all, I always get a problem with that first priority, Feeds Alone. I remember when His Excellency came into power in 2018. We began a Tomabon project. We start. The former chief minister, we be also Minister of Foreign Affairs, get farm. The ACC commissioner, get farm. The first lady, get farm. His Excellency, get farm. From 2018 till date, do we have sufficient rice for even take over the market? Now, the people that really import rice, I could remember there was a meeting at one time from the Ministry of Agriculture where a Ministry of Trade, where they engaged them, the Lebanese guys and the CTC and others, and say follow them stuff for import rice so that we could consume local consumption. The first question was, do we have sufficient to go around? Because you're not going to stop for import something until say you get that local consumption rate we're going to before do. And we don't have it. Even with per mine, where we they produce, a lot of people go prefer for go sell on Liberia and Guinea rather than for cancel within Saloon. And these are things that we're supposed for give revenue. Now you talk about the staples, you they add more taxes on them. Like say Saloon man, no matter how we eat for the day, if we not eat rice, we not eat it. So if they put tax by it, no matter how expensive it be, some people can afford it. But how much of us can actually afford it? We second staples, Gary, it don't become very, very expensive, even more than rice. And people are complaining because these are the issues that should be tackled. Not for impose tax and anything. Give us an alternative. Nigeria, where they be ready for ban importation of rice, what they do? The government provides subsidies for farmers, and these farmers were able to produce the quantity where the country need. At the end of the day, you find out that it was a project where be successful, because you cannot empower farmers and then you feel say they're not going for produce. You go say yes, we don't empower them, but what about their productivity rate? Is it commensurate to which you they give them? And then you they talk of for Bokupawi, if we not eat jasmine rice, if we not eat pusawa, we feel say we not eat good rice. The country rice where we they produce almost per we go able for afford for getter. Because it's expensive. By the time when they pull and come up line can free tongue, you know say the cost do high. So you for also look at ways in which we are going to do these things. Our fishing industry, the fisheries, we go prefer we allow trawlers them from international institutions and can fish in our water, then can go out. And we waiting at this country as so forget good fish, you get for cost you more money.
Okay, still dealing on that, the approach in itself. I think there has also been the argument of the fact that, well, this is not part of a broader perspective of government's plan. The taxes within they impose on these things within they import now the country, rice and all of that kind of thing. Now an effort as well for encourage local productivity and for people them for patronize with local products them more and things like that, thereby strengthening the local market. That's an argument where governments don't put forward, say, now a broader vision.
But then it don't start for far too long. This is 2023. We started from 2018. It's 5 years. For let you plant rice for 5 years, it means say at least in the first 2 years, we for don't begin see some improvement. Then within the next 3 years, we will not say, okay, we are on the right path. But for 5 years, we are not even able to feed the provincials. Before I say for feed the capital city. So it's a problem. We cannot sit down and say, now border plan. Border plan for how long? This government is getting to 6 years now. And for 6 years, you have not achieved one of your primary objectives.
No, well, in all fairness to them, the big five come into play during this then second half, of them.
Be mindful.
Tenure.
Then always gets agriculture as part of the project. It was not a priority, but it was there. The first priority was education. The second one was agriculture. Now that they make them even bring that rice production at that somewhere boom and other places them. So if now you don't pull the second you don't make them first, and you still put the first as second, it means that the second was always there. So that thing then has something logical. Don't be fooled by the fact that, oh, we they provide free quality. In fact, I'm not ready for talk on free quality education. It's because that in a whole discussion on its own so far. Because even now, when they get that issue there, people getting 6 in English and departmental requirements are not met. Because some department they tell you say we know they accept 6. Pass, sometimes you go do diploma. Or if you don't do diploma, you get 6, you can cancel second year. So that in itself is a whole different ballgame on its own. The educational sector has a lot of work to be done. But then let's look at agriculture. Agriculture has always been there. Every government where they can talk about agriculture, they're not going to make it a priority, but now they don't make it like a yardstick. Like all man saying that this way they do, but we have still not gotten what we want. Pepper way with the produce now, so go na market right now. Now, if you want for no anything and they wake early morning, go around Dove Court, let you see how people and they survive. Like if you be just a pull chop money, no more you pull 150, 200, then tell you say the money is small, you go fix a joke. Pass where you just a week. You go there. Now you go understand how things are expensive.
I guess you've taken a stroll down at Dove Court.
I do that once in a while, and for just get my own perception and understand things. But it's really crazy. Government need for put a lot of priorities in place. If not, I'm not going to see they not going to get a revenue generation, but it will be slower than they expect.
Okay, you've seen the figures in the proposed 2024 budget. I mean,
Yes.
they're quite big. They're quite ambitious projects them government were embark on and all. Let's look at how realistic those numbers are. Connecting that to the performance of some of them agencies, them their ministries, them they in previous years. For example, government don't they spend boku per health, but yet still there is still one kind big challenge per health system na salon na yaso. You mentioned, of course, the agriculture system. You need for able for do some studies on whether the previous spending where you don't do, where of course was Naboku money, just like what you said, it was a second priority. Why in no work? And now you are tripling or even making that amount twice the amount where originally be daily. Waiting at the difference, waiting at the defining line between how you be spent before and how you spend now. Do you think there is that kind of effective stock taking now the Ministry of Finance for ensure say we set we priorities them right and we not just put numbers them in, because at the end of the day we need to submit numbers to Parliament, they need to approve a budget for the year and things like that. Do you think enough effort is put into that? Because the importance of that question, Doctor, just before you come for answer, now the fact is when you come to disbursement, these are all things that connects. Disbursement not to an end in itself. Yeah, all of the processes them way day before them. These are means towards that particular end. And if you miss those steps, then you're not going to have anything to disburse.
Well, response can always be this. Every expenditure forgets a checkmate. You forget somebody who they actually watch whether this money was effectively and judiciously spent. If it is not judiciously spent, then you forget another reversal activity for do. Let's take, for instance, we talk about agriculture. For the past 5 years, every year, we get budgets, allocation, projections, put them before Parliament, discuss them. After they approve them, send them to Ministry of Finance. And you know, say this money, they come in trenches.
Exactly.
And now they come in bulk.
Definitely.
So let's say the first trench, you decide for pay this. The second trench, you decide for pay this. The third trench, you decide for pay this. If I don't pay the first trench, as you say, I know they get the result, I suppose for call a meeting. What to make after I don't pay this amount of money, I don't see the desired results where I supposed to get from this. We for engage, see the next steps, the way forward. But we don't do that. Why? Most of the time, most of these people also get kickbacks. Go to these ministries and see. In terms of productivity, the people do not even come to work on time. Every month, then they receive salary. Just like what I put on my status this weekend. As a people, Salon are a very interesting country. We cry about the economy from Monday to Thursday. Then Friday to Sunday, we take a chill pill. Go on a beach, go enjoy, we spend all what we get for spend. Then on Monday morning back for car, could be, government no they do this not they happen, money not they. As a people, we are broke from January to November. December from the 1st, all man get money. So you find out, say, where are these monies coming from? We get for begin ask. These are the monies that them they don't get at their first range. Then we don't begin keep them. So Salomon or Fulu, but people are not they spend that much. Then they keep it because they know say where is it them rich. Then get for spend. And you go spend on something where you forget results. So if I don't give first range, I don't see something effective, I need for call the people them back. What's happen to that first range money? Why are not they see this productivity in this area? And this is the role where parliamentarians are supposed to play. Because if you take the budget allocation from last year and you take it now to this current already, there would have been a lot of changes. And then how do you discuss these changes for effect real change? Because if you know they get change, that means you they waste money. It just start like when you get picking. We know they perform well in school. If you not perform well the first time, and not perform well the second time, and not perform well the third time, no need no they follow you put another school again. Find another school where you know say something, something I understanding, you know they understand within the teacher now. So that I go able for do better. But we are not doing that. So for spend not doing anything, we need to get effective monitoring. And in getting effective monitoring, we for the ask questions. And I like that process where not to want to answer you the guilty. Where you don't get the first prize, you say better not come up. Call for a meeting.
Now you mentioned the parliament, yeah, and now it is well constituted because you get both parties in parliament and all of which. Do you think they do justice to when it comes to the analysis of all of these things? Because at the end of the day, they approve. I mean, for all you know, the executive can be excused that, well, the representatives of the people already endorse that which we present, meaning they make sense of them.
I think it was last week on a host one of the opposition and people, and if they talk something on, we get for provide a robust opposition, not all to get for criticize government, we get for advise government on these things. Before they can have parliament, they were broke. I can tell you that.
Okay.
Because for let somebody can have parliament, the first way he asks for, and for let them pay a backlog of the other months, the way it not be day. You did not serve. Why should we pay you backlog? So the time the way you serve, now we get for pay you for. Now they are there. For the next 3 months, I not go expect effective discussions from them. Because then say one for it from the coffers. And at that point in time, anything we then present to them, they would have to discuss it. And then, oh yes, I agree, because they don't say end of the day, then get for said there's a few check. So the parliament now, if we don't start from where them be don't elect them, that was the blunder. And they are not going to work in the interest of the people for the first 3 months, because then say get for grab and then say get forget something. So that was where the problem lies. So I can always say that if you want to forget something effective, start from the beginning. If you take a halfway, there is a very high chance that you might not do a lot.
Okay.
In terms of changes.
So now, still on that, and then away from Parliament actually, government they prioritize, of course, revenue generation and all, but there you have other aspects them as well. For example, the control of limited budget execution and things like that, and the procurement processes, ensuring that you get best practices in terms of procurement and things like that. And as well, control on unnecessary spending, because that's as well another aspect where they affect the economy in Asaluna. We get bloated expenditure in terms of personnel them, and this disparity with waiting one person where they deliver one service now this particular unit they get, and another person where they deliver the same service but in a different unit is having maybe 2 times or 3 times the amount they way that person they get. Maybe somebody where they even deliver less service on the other side, they get more. Now, all of them particular factors then would you think that those should as well be not just revenue generation, but those should as well be priorities for government, especially this time that now I would want to call it a thing of pay as you go, because now as we go based on how we get the money, now so we're able to fund the activities them of all of them agencies then they.
You know, the jargon we in another budget they expend for curtail expenditure. Not a new term for we now. We don't make it that talk there from 2017 doing campaigns. We'll cut down the expenditure, we will do this. But this is a government where every month, at least we get a new appointment. We don't get a lot of advisors then. We are unable to understand waiting and get for advice the president on. And all of these guys are going to be paid nothing less than $5,000-$6,000. And where is this money coming from? With the generator also for me. So now me and you they pay them back. And at the end of the day, you find out see even the activities everything is supposed for deliver, then deliverables intertwined. Waiting somebody else be to do, it's going to be there. You talk about unnecessary spending, including unnecessary travels. Why we get deputy ministers and ministers in countries, yet His Excellency get for travel with a huge delegation whenever he's going somewhere. At the moment he's in Saudi Arabia, and look at the delegation we go with, high power delegation. We have an ambassador in Saudi, we have a deputy ambassador in Saudi, and but
an argument in that particular towards that particular end can be say, well, yes, there is an ambassador there, but the ambassador in Saudi cannot play the role of the Minister of Finance, or say able to play the role of the Minister of Agriculture, because maybe not an expert in that field, thereby drawing in the necessity of going along with the Minister of Agriculture, Finance,
and others. I mean, where His Excellency we can to power. Anytime where he left, then they give you the number of people where he go with. But now they don't do that. And so we also get for question that. For almost people actually go on that tripling. And well, if it is that urgent or that important, I think say we for also look at how best we can able to get limited number of expenditure for ticket purchases and per diem. All these guys going there, they are going to get per diem on a daily basis. And then we get for almost with the spending in terms of that. So for write the English, not saying that the thing, and for execute them on unwarranted spending. You could say unwarranted spending where sometimes a ministry gets a retreat, then decide for going to research. No. That one is expensive. But when I for go with 20-man delegation to Saudi, yes, it's important. Look at how much you spend for buy the ticket. Look at how much you spend for the hotels. Look at how much you spend for the per diem. As regard to somebody else in productivity, we get for be here. So the question lies is it the spending for the public servant and the civil servant, or is it the spending for the executive? Because we get for distinguish the two. If we're not able to distinguish the two, then I could say it's a lofty statement and that's something we're not able for defining well.
Okay, in him na Dr. Victor Moinina and leadership and governance specialist. This morning on the show, we're talking about how the timing of government disbursements, they affect performance of various agencies. Them for this first half of the show, we don't focus primarily on how realistic the budget is and waiting at the foresight way government put into them. When we come back, we'll delve deeper into the disbursement in itself and how they affect performance of the various government agencies and departments. Stay with us. This is the Epic Morning Show.
Do you want to be your own boss? Or do you want to add more services to your business? Then look no further, because BNB is here for you.
What do you mean?
With BNB, you can now make money with just your smartphone. With the new revolutionary app, BNB POS, you can do remittance, bill payments, EDSA airtime pop, and many more. All this from your smartphone, anywhere you want.
This sounds great.
That is not just all. The app also features real-time agent rebalancing and reconciliation.
Oh wow. But how can I get a BNB POS and start making my own money?
It's so simple. You can download the application on App Store or Google Play Store. Just search for BNB POS and download. Then call our customer service on 072 500 000, and within a short period of time, our agent will help you for the onboarding process.
Wow, no time to waste. Let me do this right away.
Oh yes, start making money today from anywhere in Sierra Leone. For more inquiries, contact our customer service on 072 500 000. With BNB POS, you shop na your pockets.
Una not ready for the biggest enjoyment this Christmas? Join the biggest household name, the #1 radio station and salon, Epic Radio. They come with the biggest, the hottest, the finest, and the sweetest carnival title, all team mix carnival. So come and mingle with sober-minded people from different angles. Saturday, December 16th, the big carnival will take place. Now more don't playing field. Jump 6 o'clock evening time, everything gonna begin. Come and chill with the favorite presenter. Come take a nice picture with all the biggest celebrity there. Come and party with the Sierra finest DJ Wonder, Grand Mover DJ Butu, DJ Nice, and other well-qualified DJ and back for you. Come get your ticket now for 50 new Leons. Now Epic Radio within a 54 AOP control. So if you want for no more, tune to Epic Radio every day for more updates or follow we on social media for exclusive content and Boku surprise. Come and be part of this historical event. So join Epic Radio with all Team Mix Carnival. Epic Radio. So creamy, so good.
In a world where only the sharpest minds survive, Cowbell Dairy Products is delighted to present the Cowbell Capucines Challenge, a remarkable inter-secondary school quiz competition that brings Freetown secondary schools together to compete for the ultimate prize. The theme for this competition is nurturing the spirit of patriotism through civic education. This isn't your average quiz. It's an extraordinary showdown of intellects and wits. Who will claim the coveted grand prize and of course those all-important bragging rights? Get ready for a whirlwind of challenging questions, exhilarating rounds, and moments that will leave you in awe. As if that's not enough, we have fantastic prizes like trophy, cash, and Cowbell products up for grabs. It's not just a competition, it's a celebration of knowledge and talents. Mark your calendars for November 16 and 17, 2023 at the FPC Multipurpose Hall beginning at 9 a.m. sharp daily. Come cheer for your school, support your friends, and be part of the excitement. Cowbell Capucines Challenge, engaging hearts, equipping minds. Proudly sponsored by Cowbell. Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
Okay, welcome back. This is the Epic Morning Show, and today, this morning on the show, we discuss on how the timing of government disbursements they affect the performance of various agencies. Them with me in the studio, I get Dr. Victor Moinina, with our leadership and governance specialist. Doctor, just before the break, we be talk about the realisticness of some of the numbers them were there inside the budget, the proposed budget for 2024, and whether at all government in plan for raise them money then they through local revenue generation, improved taxation and things like that, whether than a good possibility at all. Now I want we move to the disbursement in itself. Already we don't talk about the fact that not all money we then they give all at a go. Well, because I know if government not get the money for give all at a go and stuff, nothing where you get for pay in trenches and things like that. Now, the timing of disbursements for all of government's projects them, I would ask, it's an ambiguous question.
Yeah.
How do they generally affect the performance of the different agencies then?
Let's go down to the MDs, the ministries, departments, and agency. There is one ministry, they're very close to we college, when at the Ministry of Development and Planning. You find out, say, at the moment, most of the activities don't slow down. And then they slow down because at the end of the day, these people are unable to do their job effectively because most of them payments that we didn't supposed to get, not to get them. Even some contractors for government, you go to Google deliver something, for let them pay you safe. They will tell you, say, budget's not carry to, and then they're not disbursed from money. It will take you time. So you find out, say, like, most of the time, I they work with contractors, and sometimes they get them say, for let you get government contract, if I know. But now for let you receive the money, now the problem can be. So now the question is, how can we tackle this? How can we make it better? Because at the end of the day, now money you they use for roll out activities. Now money you they use for roll out plans. You cannot roll out activities and plans without finance. So it get for be effective. Government need for improve on that because at the end of the day, it affects productivity. Let's say, for instance, the school feeding program. A lot of people then go down supply in terms of food. Go don't carry food, go now the school them. Now make sure say it available to the student. Then after that food is done, you are let them bring another one can. Where you not pay for that first right? Who say if you say that contractor they pull money for even bring the rest can for you. So you find out say it's something that they should be able to tackle because disbursement should be prompt. If you're not prompt, we forget issues with that. And if we continue to forget issues, you find out say it is slow. The activities and people will not get the required.
Okay,
services.
let we just assume, say, for argument purposes, government necessarily not gets all the control over the timing of disbursement, considering the fact, say, he rely on various factors,
including donor support.
Exactly, and these are things them where you not get control over. You can only plan for them and hope, say, it happen. How you feel, say, government go able to deal with that kind of having a contingency in place? That's,
you know, so right now we get these taxes where we don't raise. So what do they do with the trillions that way they come in?
Yeah, well, but government expenditure is huge, big. I mean, you go here read the trillions, but then
on a daily, not
for
like on monthly, on a daily basis, mind you. If you generate trillions on a daily basis, then you be able to get way for save in case an expenditure come up. It just start like you where they work, James. You get your salary. You get for manager salary day for the end of the month. Or else, at the end of the day, you go begin suffer. And there are things where you go one forget, where you not go get her. So you go believe, say, okay, I don't receive my salary for this month. This and this are the priority areas. You do I want them. The rest of them, I don't land for the rest of the month. You get your vehicle, you get for buy fuel, you get for take care of your home. So, like how you plan for yourself as an individual, government should also plan for that. Because sometimes the thing is, as then they receive the money, we also want to know how then they spend the money. Because if you are spending a lot on other activities that are not going to be productive, most of the people know where you can party business. the government, they spend a lot. We then go to the party office, then they spend a lot. But now we come to national development.
But then there is an argument that when they spend on party-related activities, they're spending their own personal money and not government.
Who side the personal money come out?
Well,
most of these guys, we know them before they came into government. They are not as rich as they are now. So let us not be fooled by maybe the sweet talk and the fancy dresses and the good cars that they drive. Before they came to power, they were earning very little.
Sure, I understand that aspect. Yeah. But then, again, there is the thing that, of course, government appointment comes along with its own benefits, of course.
Definitely.
So the arguments comparing their life before them take up the position and now that they don't take up the position, sure, you'd see a difference because, I mean, they're receiving now a salary that is okay, and you have all of these
that's the opposition because of themselves. No, they get that kind of thing. Like we know before now, when you pass front APC party office, when they were in power, you say a lot of things, flimsy excuses, bright cars, very good things, luxurious lifestyle. Once you left power, the first year you go cope up, second year you can't. Third year you get for big ambulance me first bar way weak canapa and get for set out. And it's crazy. The same thing happened with the ruling party. So like I say, if the government can prioritize their spending in terms of the revenue generation, it can go a long way in the disbursement process because sometimes these people get these finances and we are not able to get enough information on how they spend them. Also for collecting money and the how you spend them.
Okay.
And we are getting to that period now where the generation get for high, especially in the imports and places. You know, so most of the brothers then they come out from overseas, then they bring them things and can, then they ship them can and wataki, and they get for pay for clearance. So what happens to those monies that are coming in?
Okay, so let's look at budget credibility in line with disbursements. Do you believe that budget's credibility in any way they affect the disbursement at the end of the day? Because I know you don't lay all of them initial points them, but then that specifically, because aside the revenue generation, aside the fact that the money no day and things like that, but the credibility of the budget in itself, does it affect the disbursement?
Of course, because look at it, it's bloated. I could tell you most of these.
You think it's bloated?
Yeah, because most of the figures that you see, it's too lofty. Like you, the big ask, so who's our government they put this?
I think the Minister of Finance would argue otherwise.
Well,
it's not.
I'll be wishing you for being invited or somebody from that department or from the finance ministry. Let them explain to you how they arrive at such monies.
Definitely, we always try to get both sides, but it's sometimes difficult.
But let me just give you an example. When I'm the work for one app and CGG, let me invite me one time to a meeting, like a workshop for Ministry of Finance. I can't for realize Ministry of Finance get their own budget. When I for their own ministry no more, we're different from what they give to other MDs. So you find out when they're ready for do their retreat and their workshop, they will go to the best places, they will pay you the best rates, and then will tell you, this not for we. Now, other ministries, departments, and agencies, they argue, why that kind difference they between we and now? Because at the end of the day, we are all good doing government work. But where they will tell you, Ministry of Internal Affairs want get a retreat or a workshop, then no, go make an association in so place. But when it's them, go make an at this resort. In fact, it's an indoor 3-day effective activity. So most of these ministries within themselves, they not even trust themselves. And me and you know no matter how governments put their budgets, they not all trust them. The government has a lot of work to play. So I believe those figures are too high. We need for revisit them and we need for discuss them further.
Okay. That's an argument we one for depending on how you want to look at them. You could look at it this way, you could look at it that way, and things like that. Do you think that taking all of the priorities them at the same time, focusing on generation, focusing on implementation, all at the same time, you feel danding as something way feasible, as something way realistic?
No.
It's not.
Motorman, life itself is a process. They're not the wake it, they're not the born it today, they big one to one thing. You go gradually. If you want to do a budget of that, for, like I say, you start with discussions with the people. Then you now talk about how best you could be able to implement. But taking everything at a go is going to be problematic. It has been problematic, it will be problematic, and it is going to continue to be problematic.
I think going by the president in statement, and I mean something we don't often done this in, the fact that we need for take bolder step if we really want for make the change, and we need for able for there. You know, things say the government is, then they try for take this kind bolder step now, and they try for there those things we ever don't, we past governments or past leaders them ever don't dare for do it. You know, things say there is a chance of success there.
Well, I'm not going to totally say there is no chance of success, but at the moment, I don't see that happening. The reason being, when you look at the trajectory of how things are going in the country, it's not going well. And these are things that we they call them out and tell and say, Mr. President, this is wrong. You should be able to do this, and this at this time. The team where the president gets, on paper, it's the best. But in reality, are they really doing their job? Talking about members of the executive, the ministers, the directors, the commissioners, all of these people. It's nice. We got a very good team on paper. But go down to the ministries. Are they doing what they are supposed to do? Chief minister starts for visit the ministries and finances. And that first week they manage straightening up. But after that, this is November. Go to the offices. You can't see most of the people. They're not there.
I think then they now get to do with the matter of approach, how you ensure continuity and things like that. The minister definitely cannot go to those offices every
and the
day.
Same thing happens with the disbursement. Most of the time, we are paying people. I remember it was not this government, but there was a government where they may try to look at the educational sector, the payment of ghost teachers. Someone they receive salary in a day. Someone don't die.
During the APC regime. Yeah.
But you'll be surprised that if we continue to revisit these things, there are ghost workers receiving salaries. There are people that are not going to work that are receiving salaries. So how do we want to achieve results?
Okay.
So these are the things. Even among us in the academic sector, within the university, some lecturer we don't go on sabbatical for far too long. But they are still receiving salaries. So how do you explain that? This is something that we need for look at, because if you pay somebody salary, they know they propose or they do what you supposed for pay them for. Then why they continue for pay them?
Okay, 079-994-993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the discussion this morning. This morning on the show, we talk about how the timing of government disbursements they affect performance of various agencies. Please keep your comments or questions under 60 seconds so that we will give opportunity to more people for call. Good morning, your name and who you call from?
This is a Bumper. They call from St. John.
Yes, Bumper.
Yeah. I go recall you back. The past government may talk about austerity, but we see them in the pay salary on time. Now we see people in the work, like security work, they know they pay salary on time. Then we see subsidy, know they reach the right institution at time. Then even to what them basic need. So whose type of economy where you see we they live under right now? Then when you talk about the area of kickback, you know if you say how we don't see kickback, don't team up like Kumbrasu. Right now, you know, if we say it undermines sustainable growth and also development of those nations. And also, don't forget, you talk about parliament. You know, if we say parliamentarian are lip service and they play towards this nation because then they get all fast, even to people and they get her. We were not the getter. You know, if we say damn day they affect we greatly. And lastly, though, look about the huge debt where this government don't go take on behalf of this nation when we not pay. And look about how the salary per diem allowance they go. Why is the ordinary people and company they impose laws them taxation? You know, if you say then they go drive away, some investor will go create more hunger, starvation, and abject poverty in this nation.
Okay. Thank you. 079-994-993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the discussion this morning. The timing of government disbursement, how will they affect performance? Good morning, name and who side you call from?
Lamin Sama Koyato.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, and from the inception, this thing they affect governance. You the budget for money where you no get. And so then the post in itself don't above the governance system. You don't get the money, but you make it a proposal. So automatically we notice on 10 chances to 1, you don't go even get the money. So why government know the budget for waiting they get? What you get on a budget around and this, if addition can now, you can do extension. But the budget for things where you don't get. How realistic is that? And even this education system, right now, short-term subsidy set, what them is supposed to give. Most schools, the crisis, they don't get that subsidy. I don't talk about this first time now. So how you go the one government then carry there? If they start the institutions them, and then you want to let them do better. You know where for work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 079-994-993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Good morning, in name and who side you call from?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, I'm glad you wait that man, that me brother call, that caller.
Yeah, your name and who side you call from?
I'm good citizen.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, what see they happen in this country, it's not really good for we. The parliamentarian, the subsidy, what see they try forget, it really abundant for we. So we the citizens, we the suffer in this country. They don't want they don't know nothing about concern. School business, the teachers, the private workers, they don't have concern over them. Now they come into another new year, they don't make another budget. You know what they do for pay government workers, they pay the teachers, really the medical people then, you know. They go to the hospital, you know, you get medical.
Okay, 079-994-993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Good morning, in name and who side you call from? Please move away from your radio set.
I'm Ahmed Fofana, call from IMAT.
Okay, please go ahead.
Please, government, the money they are waiting for budget in parliament, so they are let them pay with ETSL, they don't pay with today.
Okay.
They allocate budget there all aside there. So who say all that money they go now? Well, let them talk to Mr. Moina. Let them talk for we. That money, all that money where they use to allocate all aside, they don't know what they do with that. Who don't let them pay with us? Let them pay with we are.
Okay, thank you. I shall say if the CSL people them they listen, then go down. You concern.
You don't come put me in the spotlight. Say me for go talk for the me not get that voice.
No, that's for the CSL people. Good morning, in name and who side you call from?
Hello?
Yes, good morning, in name and who side you call from?
Yeah, Johnny.
Yes, Johnny.
So how are you?
Yeah, good.
The executive of government, I think that they provide the broad-based administrative policies for all ministry departments and agencies. So divorcing the executive from the civil service, I don't think is very appropriate because it's like the civil service receiving subservient, they are subservient to the administrative corps. Whatever policy, snowballed in, so then ministry departments and agencies comes from the administrative corps, right? So if, like, in terms of this budget distribution or disbursement, I agree with Doc talking about preferential expenditures, we could bring returns. And the revenue generation, make it be such that the poor not go pay the brunt, of the excesses of the executive corps.
Okay.
In terms of how they snowball their policies in revenue generation and expenditure. Because if anything that will happen, they cut down for being within the executive corps. And that means to departments and agencies. So man, they get fat salary.
Okay.
You see, and you're not going to do that the way the revenue base is not too
Okay, 079-994-993 now the number where you go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Please keep your comments or question under 1 minute so you can make room for more people for add them voice. Good morning. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, Mr. James, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Mohammed, I call from EMS.
Yes, Mohammed, please go ahead.
I don't know why me could they cover belly weight don't take 6 months. Not possible.
Okay.
One thing we all for know is this. No department, the government department now, the private department, no one know the way they do it work 100%. No one. When I name any government institution where they do it work 100% without no compromise. Because nowadays, now where they want to do their work, whether not the government side or the private side, where they want to do their work, then they select the people there, where them for interview in case of corruption issue, in case of transport issue, then they select.
But you get any evidence for that particular statement the way they make, because you would have to.
Like example, the ACC. Then we talk say the former the first lady of Sierra Leone involved into some corruption issue, but they're not investigating that issue.
No, no. There was an investigation done, and there was a conclusion, and the ACCB do a publication of them findings at the end of the day. Important for let we get things straight and all. Yes, you can make your points and all, or you can make them devoid of making allusions them we just know to. Good morning. Your name and who side you call from?
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Me young concern this.
You name and who side you call from?
Me na fair lady. I call from Kingston.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah. Me young concern this morning. Do the best proper government.
Unfortunately, we lost that particular caller day, but you can call me back, and yeah, I'll take one more call, then I go come to Doc now the studio. Good morning. Your name and who side you call from?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yes, I come from Amsterdam, and I call from Holland.
Yes.
You know, I watch the program, I listen the program, but what me they see in a salon, the problem when they get a salon, a parliament, where parliament not correct, all side the corrupt. Trust me, my brother. Also, they so today in Holland, if it permit to win a street today, tomorrow they hear in a parliament. Then all the way responsible. But salon, if the APC minister do something, once the APC in a power, then go talk in a parliament. If the SPP minister do something, once the SPP in a power, the man when the parliament's not good, outside the working. Until the day where the parliamentarian look what our come na parliament, he say anything, and then they can play party politics and they can do what is right. We all see how they turn param. We all see. Members of his own party, they all talk because as far as they're concerned, they will expose them. They don't take and say Tawa they can do the right thing. They say Tawa they attack we. You don't see? So they make sure they bring Tawa down. Now that happen.
Okay.
He looks salon. What's his salon police? I can ask myself, what's in the role of Inspector General? Big position. When the police inspector general, they put other one. Now the same thing when the police them they do, then they still they do. So what's in that the reason we get inspector general for?
Okay.
For just go for meeting. You know, brother, it's sad. I swear to God.
Okay.
It's sad. It's sad you have salon they go. So it's sad, my brother.
Okay, thank you.
I ask myself, what thing Inspector General Police for? Now, where you gonna sell? Where you gonna court? Where you gonna say salon along country? Out of court. No, they work.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very frustrated caller there, all the way from Holland. Doctor, you don't hear most of the questions and comments them, I think. Then just stay in line with the analysis them we did just before the callers them come in.
I just get one comment for me. For the first one, we asked me, which kind of economy the country they want? APC tell we say austerity. Now it's we go say, well, now one hand His Excellency or the government that they need for can tell we because to be honest with you, the way things are going, it's hard to say we regress, we know they make progress. And at the end of the day, if we continue to do that, I don't think so we get a lot of things and for right home about. Governments get a lot to do. A lot of work for be done, a lot of areas and they will need for be corrected. But in entirety, I don't think say too much of taxation for be the way forward, because at this point in time, we need to generate more in terms of productivity, in terms of service delivery, in terms of everything. If me now businessman and they deliver my goods, I suppose will be paid, and of course, the other money they would then they use now for build houses and for do things, why don't they inject it into the economy and see how best it could be done? I think the government need for state in Nandi. And then, of course, you hear about the non-payment of people from ECSL to teachers to this to that. Now you still ask the question of the disbursement. So after the disbursement, that first entry, how did they get that? Because you know that disbursement process, it really take long.
Sure.
From BSL to the commercial banks and everything, they get for vet, make sure say all the numbers are correct, the account details are correct and everything. And some institutions then they get for sign up to the institution in account before the institution now decide for make their own budget for pay people. So you find out it's a process, a very long process. But in its entirety, I would hope for see how realistic this project also get for come into play. If actually come into play. If not, we could just get for the present another one back next year for 2025, and it's just going to move in circles. And with that, I want to say thank you very much, and of course, always forget me na Epic Radio, and I wish that Sierra Unions will be foresee a better result at the end of the day.
Thank you very much, Dr. Victor Moinina. We're our leadership and governance specialist. This morning on the show, we talk about how the timing of government disbursements, they affect performance of various agencies and departments of government and the performance in general. That is it for the first half of the show. Stay with us, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we have sport and, of course, waiting on they happen at the entertainment sector and the newspapers. All the headlines would be this morning. So let's go for a short break. Okay.
Where don't make me feel like say I'm not man enough. I no get nothing for offer. So only party will look down on me. Where don't make me feel like say my life no good become something, and they walked away. All the people will promise for help me. They say come office today, tomorrow next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping, I kept believing. Now everything don't change. Me brother see me life now, it don't better now. Famous than the name now. You know go fit say you don't know me now. Anytime I like a fly to Dubai now. Hey, with me baby now. Anything I like I they buy now. Turn up, cause me I let it turn down. I let it run down. I'm looking forward to a brighter future. I'm moving ahead. I never stop for nothing. I'm looking forward to a brighter future. I'm moving ahead. I never stop for nothing. For this one where we there, people go come inside you life. Some go come for stay, and some go come and go. The reason why someone go stay, now only God know. The reason why someone go. Now God is helping know.
Hello, good morning and welcome to your first edition of Sports Update this morning. We come to you on the Epic Morning Show with me, Mohammed Toby Cargo, inside Sports Update this morning. Labram, Sierra Leone, in partnership with Godrich Community, don't set for organize inter-community sport meet will happen this year, December, not the Godrich Community. This will come as a result in order for fight the use of drug with around the community and how they will for sensitize youth them for come into sport. Black Stars captain Andrea Ayew don't sign for French Ligue 1 side Lille Havre on a free transfer as build up for Ghana the World Cup qualifiers. Now a very good one for the captain, forgets a new contract. Amadou Bakayoko, swelling and Forda, beat on score brace for Dundee United and 4-0 win over St Mirren FC inside the Scottish Premiership. But it's not a very good start for the Scale International as they strive for settled life inside Scotland as a new club, Dundee United, they don't score so many goals this season. The pursuit for Iberiche Edze don't sign a new long-term deal at Crystal Palace. We will keep another club until June 2027. We see the likes of Manchester City, Liverpool and Arsenal all be on the show interest for the Englishman as finally they're increasing stay at Crystal Palace. Source will reach out from the corridors of the Sierra Football Association. Don't talk say Mohamed Bouya Toure don't withdraw in participation from the national team due to personal reasons. I think over the past days there are a lot of controversies around Mohamed Bouya Toure over in family affairs. We see he also go on a Facebook page where say make some confirmation say if he die, let people look after in two sons where they don't born for him. But these don't become really serious with Mohamed Bouya. Well, by which we don't understand, source where they come up from the Scotland Football Association, the player don't withdraw from the national team, which we also understand Alpha Conte where they play formerly they play in Israel, go join the national team and go replace Mohamed Bouya in the team. It's really getting serious, but also they pray that whatever it go through right now may be strong and fight over him. But according to the player in Facebook post, it's really becoming worrisome. And the Sierra Football Association don't make appointments for people who for serving the capacity for the Women's Premier League board, where definitely most people be feel say Madam Asma James for don't continue as the chairperson, but definitely she's not going to be part of the new female Premier League board as Catherine Silla now not the chairperson for the Women's Premier League board. Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa now the champions for the African Football League first edition. USAI 8 giant teams them in Africa be compete for the first edition of the African Football League. Well, the giant from South Africa been walk home with $4 million United States dollars as now then we win the champions as they win against Wydad Casablanca from Morocco in the second leg of the final by 2-0. And finally, inside sports update this morning, Mohamed Salah don't score 200 English Premier League goals and make him for the behind Ivorian international Didier Drogba. We still take the lead with 254 goals. We make sports update come to you this morning. Mina Mohamed to be Kagbo. Join me at 11 a.m. this morning as we will bring to you as the injunction don't be lifted on the Leo Rock Premier League. If you say the momentum will still be the same. Mina Mohamed to be Kagbo to say goodbye.
Good morning and welcome to Epic Entertainment Buzz with me, Therese. Today inside Epic Entertainment Buzz, we see say Fireboy don't unveil in new studio equipment where don't make people don't they talk about na internet. Portables self don't show off boku money where people then spray param na club inside Russia during in performance. Davido in Timeless album do win the album of the year category in the African Entertainment Awards inside America. Burna Boy don't finally congratulate in colleague where they nominate for the Grammy Awards. Osai is say this na a huge congratulations to the talented African artists them where they nominate alongside with himself. And it say the true wins lies in sharing this moment with all at my shows and expressing that through in music. Rapper Odumodu Block don't claim say them is snob Omale na the Grammys nomination. And we see Usai Grammy self don't rate Burna Boy as the biggest artist na Africa ever. Usai then say no other bigger star no day in Afrobeat or even the whole world or even the whole Africa itself than Burna Boy. 50 Cent self don't stir up reaction online. Usai is say Chris Brown better pass the late Michael Jackson and in songs them in the way how it is sing. And so many fans don't they react to that. Some people believe, some people not believe. So many comments don't they come up. And American rapper gonna ready for collaborate on a new song with Nigerian singer Asake, we will be out anytime soon. And also make we not forget say the epic carnival they come to you December 16 at the Moriton Field for just 50,000 small money, beaucoup enjoyment with the theme all team mix. Can make we can mix all things together, make we can dance, make we can shake, make we can rock pala together. And the Born Beach party go happen December 23 at the Beach Cafe, Usai Priority Solutions. They bring together October, November, December people and for make them come celebrate. Cut big cake, pop champagnes, meet with so many big artists them. Not forget, save the dates for just 100,000 euros. Make we come and come enjoy. Me we don't bring the entertainment news to you. My name na Therese.
If you know say you born October, also the one that we born November and December, una don't ready? Because Kusaidensky Big Monty they celebrate one big birthday party. So make it a point of duty. Kusaidensky big cakes they go there for court, the champagne go there wire, the music go there patter. So if you know say you born October, November and December, now you turn for check money and the biggest birthday party. When a perfect arrangement, well organized, for the one that we born inside this 3 months. Come witness the sweetness, expect greatness, take picture them and chill with the celebrities. Let we jam body together. Enjoy the same birthday, now the biggest birthday party. For the one that we born October, November and December. Tickets and they out now for sale. West Standard, now 100 millions. Couples best tickets, now 250 millions. VIP table for 6, now 1,500 millions. And VVIP table for 8, now 2,500 millions. Saturday, December 23. Now something go be. Nights na beat a feel lonely. Sharp 7 o'clock evening time. Everything go don't begin. This Battery Beat Party, powered by Priority Solution and sponsored by Orange Money, BNB, Media Partners, Epic Radio, and Slick TV.
So creamy, so good.
In a world where only the sharpest minds survive, Cowbell Dairy Products is delighted to present the Cowbell Capucines Challenge, a remarkable inter-secondary school quiz competition that brings Freetown secondary schools together to compete for the ultimate prize. The theme for this competition is nurturing the spirit of patriotism through civic education. This isn't your average quiz. It's an extraordinary showdown of intellects and wits. Who will claim the coveted grand prize and of course those all-important bragging rights? Get ready for a whirlwind of challenging questions, exhilarating rounds, and moments that will leave you in awe. As if that's not enough, we have fantastic prizes like trophy, cash, and Cowbell products up for grabs. It's not just a competition, it's a celebration of knowledge and talents. Mark your calendars for November 16 and 17, 2023 at the FBC Multipurpose Hall beginning at 9 a.m. sharp daily. Come cheer for your school, support your friends, and be part of the excitement. Cowbell Capucines Challenge, engaging hearts, equipping minds. Proudly sponsored by Cowbell. Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
Cowbell, a creamy goodness.
Yana Orange, we be symbols we customizing freedom. Now we glad for bring to you we new and sober offer. You inside this we one in town offer, you get the rights for pick the voice or data bundle where fits you lifestyle. Yes, now so it be. We dey make communication winner for you wangling. It no matter if you not posting we like long talk or posting we like for browse boku. You there for you. But tap all this, you get to run number SMS where you know they pay for. We don't add the match jeep and this gladdy. You mean say better thing day for all man. Ladida there for you. Dial *889# for begin.
Orange.
I hope that our visitors would listen to this song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best.
Okay, welcome back. This is the Epic Morning Show, and it's now time for the papers. Good morning, Dictionary.
Good morning, Fortune.
And here on A to Z newspaper, the bold banner headline at Saudi Africa Summit, President Bio highlights priority areas for investment. And Finance Minister calls on ministries to stay within agreed 2024 budget. And women excel in 2023, Sierra Leone police passing out. Sierra Leone sets up first water fund in West Africa. Those are the headlines on A to Z.
And on the front page of the Concord Time newspaper, Parliament passes killer 2024 Finance Act, GST registration threshold up to 500,000 loans, 5% tax on rice import, 10% increase on iron ore, and 20% increase on cement. And also the front page of the Concord Time, Social Welfare Ministry initiates development of 5-year strategic plan, and Ministry of Technical and Higher Education assures UNESCO of improving education.
And here on our co-newspaper, he took a bullet in World War II, still going strong at 102 years. That's a war veteran here with his picture here. And Finance Minister unveils 23.5 billion budget for 2024 fiscal year. And outgoing UN coordinator urges youth to abandon Kush. These are the headlines on our co-newspaper.
And on the front page of the Awareness Times, as they commence their presence with a big bang, APC's leaders in Parliament lash SLPP bill. First Lady announces scholarship for rape victims, and ACC urges NRA Kenema staff to uphold integrity. Oh. And on the front page of the Awareness Time, also at the Southeast African Summit, President Julius Maadabe calls for political cooperation for economic development and investment.
Here on the exclusive newspaper, as Parliament passes the Finance Act of 2024, APC MPs say no, and $500 million at stake, make or break for BO. These are the headlines on the exclusive.
And on the front page of the Global Times, 1,100 police recruits pass out. President Bio engages Saudi Public Investment Fund, and also Sierra Leone signs cooperation agreement with Saudi Arabia.
Okay, and here on the Starterlight newspaper, as Vice President Julde Jallo assured of President Bio's continued support, police recruits commissioned, and NAXA's windfall for 12,000 beneficiaries, and SLMA to commence STCW training.
And on the front page of the Reformer newspaper, Jagaban shows love to patients at Connaught Hospital. Citizens concerned over Parliament's unanimous approval of killer budget, and also Miller Group and PC & Sons commission Miller Bypass Road.
Okay, so these are the headlines this morning on the front pages of the leading newspapers them across the country. Now, one thing that is, of course, within all of the newspapers, them the passing of the Finance Act of 2024. It was something we talked about last week. Now, this new Finance Act's importance means you see an increase in terms of taxation, especially on imported products. Them. Now, why this important now? Because alone as a country, we're heavily dependent on imports of goods them from other countries them. We staple food we arrest, now imports then they import them. And several other of the materials them we use as a country, they have been imported. And how this taxation we government hope for add all of them commodities then they get for affect the local man, that person don't the end users now something we very, very much important. But what's your take on it, Dictionary?
Good morning, 40 once more. So my take with regards to this new Finance Act, because according to it, the Minister Fantimadi say, the entirety of the Finance Act now for generates revenue mobilization, and we know that's something very key for let any government try for push forward revenue mobilization is very necessary. But looking at this on another side, like at a flip side on this, because we know say APC of itself, they actually be the bash at this new Finance Act, thinking of it having an increment from 10% to 20% increment on cement, and also 10% on iron rod, and also 5% on cooking gas. I think it might affect the layman people down there, but also another end, this go give room for let we get with local content there also for let them boom. Fortune, as I say, this go give another eyes for let we local content and boom, because if we continue to get imported things, that might affect them, because we know now the government gets a top agenda, the 5 big players anyway. So if we get this particular Finance Act for me, in the end, it will give room for let we local content and boom, but on the other side, it might affect the lame people and down there. So it get two sides. The effect is adverse. One side will benefit, and the other side will get also a total effect also.
I think the Finance Act is already there. Actually, he already did it because Parliament don't already pass them. I understand the aspect of the revenue mobilization. Of course, we have something way important for the country as a whole, but then that's at the detriment of the ordinary man and all. We're not able to produce yet all of them things then they, and so on and so forth. But away from that, over the weekend, the Vice President commissioned over 1,000 police recruits them. We don't join the force now. Security is something we're very much important for we as a country. We hope for talk to Media One from the Sierra Leone police for tell we waiting this mean for the police in terms of professionalism and in terms of the capacity of the Sierra Leone police to provide the needed services for the citizens. Just before Media One they come in, okay, we get Media One now on the line. We go talk to you about the recruits we then get over the weekend. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes. So over the weekend, the Vice President commissioned over 1,000 police recruits them. What did this mean for the force?
When someone is in a personal player, someone is say, well, they are to the strength of the police, but it actually means they replace the one the way actually they exit the force, because we get to call, we get the aspect we can talk about the attrition factor. Where somebody that exit the force either by death, either by sickness, where you're not going for work again, they don't become incapacitated, or maybe then discipline them and then they'll dismiss them, or maybe in terms for left the work with on 60 year retirement, somebody even left you say, me, I don't want this work again. I don't get other work with big past this or better past this, or maybe I just start for this security work at the left. So all the one and you need for replace them, because if you not replace them, then over time, one person will even do for the police work. And then quite apart from that, we know we also get we get population shift. The people they migrate to new areas, new communities. Them areas and they all they need for put policeman and and that will be for sure say security today. And so when we get an opportunity for let we increase the cost, for let we be more personnel, to me we say I'm very good because it help for enhance the job and for let we provide effective service.
Okay. Aside the multiplier effect, where of course the added number gets within the recruitment mean for performance standard, because there has been you don't get instances usai several things them they happen across the country and police maybe not get enough personnel or not get enough people them for Sunday or not just able for measure up to waiting needed. So performance standards now something we key.
Of course, we say that one is very key. But honestly, if we make to do 10 more recruitments, we're not going to still able to cover the entire country. Understand? One on one. for say we get one policeman, one civilian, one policeman, one civilian. Because once we talk about million for the country generally, we dey talk about thousand for the police. We even less than 16,000 up to now, and then we get a population of 7.2. So that one day we will always be challenged. Not to be normal everywhere at the world. We will always be challenged for people to get one on one policeman, one civilian, as the case may be. But with the coming into being of technology, I mean that's all with the hope on now. That technology will help we for make even we will not reach that kind of number work for it. At least the response time and the capability for response to situations will improve. You know, so but almost not built in a day, and we all know that one day, now little by little, we will continue to get the strength, and we will continue for bolster the strength of the police. And the moment we continue for bolster the strength of the police, remember, say we must get problem we will go for solve. So if we have 7 challenges a day, we get 10,000 policemen, we get 11,000 now, so we will reduce to 5. You understand?
You have 1 minute remaining.
Okay, apparently we lost that particular caller, but that's it with regards to the recruitment. Over 1,000 away from just the numbers. One thing with the Sierra Leone police don't they face time and again, the instance of the fact say, yes, you get police personnel them, but in terms of ethics and stepping up to that which is required of them, whether now across traffic, whether now where you call police when there are incidences of violence in a particular community, the promptness of their response and available equipment and all of these are all challenges we don't did it. How will you think, say, Sierra Leone police go able for step up for deal with all of them situations than they, as I just the thing with the numbers?
Yeah, I think we don't very key, and down the years now, I'm made for understand, say, I don't know, I know it's like a norm way police officers that they get now with regards to the ethics. They care less. I can tell you something out of experience. I don't go to a police station wherein I spend more than the post you are gold. It's all in the Sierra Leone police you could see. I don't know if it's a norm, like I say entirely again, like the basis on how people can just not take ethics as of nothing. I just not understand. But professionalism is needed.
Yeah, but I mean, in fairness to them, it's not a general assumption. There are indeed good police officers them way they step up.
Yeah, they are good police officers. Now, let me give a breakdown with regards to the recruit. We get 800 male policemen away they recruit and 297 female. I will come to that aspect later on a gender basis anyway. So professionalism is needed, despite they being recruited. But now, at the cities to the IG, wherever they are being recruited, they need for actually install into them the ethics. Now you are made to serve. And you serving the populace, it's a thing that they need to know. Whatever form of, we know, say like the policeman get this thing and say ajo day and corruption day. Sometimes we driver can get them money, so can take and say an ajo. But despite that, the manner at which our Boku policeman don't see and say na compulsory for drivers them or whosoever for give them money, it's something very important. So the need for instill is about them being recruited. Instill into them say ethics and professionalism is something that is very key, because without that you will lose integrity. And we know say the Salon police stand for integrity, but if they don't have this ethics and professionalism, we're very, very key. We might be recruiting every year 1,100 or 2,000 police people, but if they lack integrity and that sense of ethics, ethics goes a long way. Now, ethics, they make policeman, it gets case for let it show up, you know they show up, because it don't blunt take money in a pussy hand. So this is very important. Recruiting those people, installing to let them get imbibed, say, ethics is very key. To another issue also. 800 males being recruited and that of 297 females. Let us watch at this balance. I think that we need for increase more. Let the balance, the gap too wide, Fortune. I'd expect next year we'll get close to 500 female recruited police officers. That will give space for us to get more ladies and get interest into the army. Trust me, I know they try for say on a balance level, but women they can stand more on ethical basis than men.
Okay, that's an argument for another day. Anyways, exclusive they report this morning that as Parliament passed the Finance Act of 2024, APC MP says no. The Finance Act of 2024 now something we don't talk about now. So since last week, the things them way they inside and waiting than they mean for the lives and earnings and the economy of the country in general. This morning we can talk to we parliamentary correspondent we Melvin Team and Sari. We go tell we an in-depth we go give you an in-depth insight of how the debate be go and waiting at some of the things them way the APC MPs them or waiting at some of the things them we parliamentarians in general be debate about and how them be viewed the act and as to whether it was unanimously enacted as to how some other papers them they report or waiting to be the margin at the end of the day. But just as we did try forget Melvin on the line, dictionary you be make some point with regards the Finance Act of 2024. Okay, now we have Melvin. Good morning, Melvin. Good morning, Melvin. Good morning, Melvin. Yes, good morning, Melvin. Hello. Yes, good morning, Melvin. You get me? Okay, I think there's a little bit of problem with the line, but then we producers them go try for set Dandy up and then we go try for reach out to Melvin again. On the Finance Act, away from just the aspect of revenue mobilization, you get several other things them inside the way one for describe as good things. Good morning, Melvin.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, Melvin.
Good morning.
Yes, hope you get me now.
Hello? Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Melvin. Okay, apparently the line is very bad with Melvin, but then over to you, Dictionary.
Yes, just a quick take with regards to the new Finance Act. Just to pick up from the Finance Act, according to the new Finance Act we'll get, the economy is projected to grow by 2.7% in 2023, and we made for last year the economy be slowed down for 3.5%. Now, this is the catch. They get an increase on the amount of disbursement, the amount of payment with the government left for do with all the MDs them. And it will surprise you for you know, say the budget allocation alone for the wage bill alone is 6.5 billion leons. Than that of 5.3 billion leons when of last year. This is the catch. This is the catch, Fortune. Now come to look at this. The other end of the Finance Act is that it will affect the economy to some extent. Look at this, 6.4% of the GDP is being allocated to wage bill.
Okay. Good morning, Melvin.
Good morning to you and to listeners.
Nice. Finally, we're able to get you. So last week, it is reported in the papers them this morning, say Parliament don't pass the Finance Act of 2024. Some of the papers actually they refer to as the Killer Finance Act of 2024. How was the debate like before we come to it in the conclusion?
The debate was a marathon debate, meaning from 2 o'clock to 9 o'clock net, members of parliament then be sidom for the cross I and dot T's in terms of tax whether impose or whether one for all staff or go up or not for go up. However, on that first note, it speaks to the fact that the executive not give parliament sufficient time for dissect and scrutinize the Finance Act, which is very critical for the passage of the budget. So that is a disservice, more so that some of those provisions you need to go back and consult people as to waiting and think. For example, rice, iron rod, cement. These are items within at the heart of the ordinary people, where the electorate we vote for parliament. But over the years, we don't see technically so, the executive they rush the parliament, and the parliament have the play to the rush for enact certain laws were usually consequential. And in this case, the Finance Act is one of them, very, very consequential in terms of, well, whether it's widening the poverty gap or it's shrinking it.
But is it that Parliament's not already gets in own timing in terms of how much time it need for really deal with such instruments where government ministers then they come for can lay in a Parliament? So basing it on the executive alone. Parliament is an institution on its own. We get your own modus of mode of operation.
You need to understand the government architecture where we get NASA load. In as much as we practice separation of powers, we are not practicing it dito sensu. An example, the president is a member of parliament. He can summon parliament at any time, anywhere. Is that separation of power? No, because he's also the head of the executive. So in this case, what you are saying that parliament will be independent, yes. But the problem we get, we don't get a parliamentary calendar na salute. We are responsible for that, not to parliament. Now the same executive, whereby right, they forget schedule as to all the businesses, whether for the table and sent to parliament before even parliament to begin in session. The executive is not doing that. And that is the big reason that the Sierra Leone parliament lacks a parliamentary calendar, unlike in other jurisdictions across the continent and the globe.
Okay. Finally, the Finance Act of 2024 was passed last week. Was it unanimous, or were there any significant dissent?
I like the questioning. Of course, whether was it unanimous, that is speaking to the doctrine of collective responsibility. So when you read APC MP, then they talk, say, we not be one chance to Pambulem, as media, civil society, I will not listen and not fall for that. Whatever decision that was taken on the Finance Act, it was taken, if you look at the back of the Act, by the Parliament of Sierra Leone comprising APC and SLPP. So it was a collective decision. So when you see the opposition want to be hypocritical and take a radical departure in what is called the doctrine of differ arrangement.
You have 1 minute.
Okay, thank you very much. That now we parliamentary correspondent Melvin Tijan Mansare will be the talk to with this morning on the passing of the Finance Act of 2024. So there you have it, dictionary. You get the points where Melvin don't put up.
Yes, I get Melvin a point, and on him banking on the facts, because NIB, it was a unanimous agreement. So seeing on the papers and the APC bashing at the SLPP that it was a killer act. It's more hypocritical.
No, well, the papers are reporting.
Yeah, the papers are reporting because based on waiting Melvin itself say that it's a unanimous agreement. So back with waiting 14 Melvin say on the parliamentary calendar it is needed. Because if there is no parliamentary calendar, then they make now the executive the rush of the legislature. Because if there is a parliamentary calendar, parliament need for stand on its own. It need for get your own firm grasp. Whereas if they push a bill to them, therefore we get time because this bill for don't take a month for them able for digest them. It needs to be digested because it was done in a rush, and there are some certain points them way they put within the act where it's very scary. Not all citizens out there go get total understanding, but then for don't get a particular time, get citizens their consent, and then it could have been an open dialogue. It was not supposed to even be limited only to the member of parliament because this financial act now they take for the next years to come. Mind you, we'll get another increment over 2025. There will be an increment on the particular percentage we don't allocate to rice, cement, and also to iron ore. That's by 2025. So it is very key and poignant for us to pay attention that if Parliament forgets a calendar, come on, we will actually select for Ghana upgrade. Like we talk about independency, it will start from that particular end day.
Okay, 07999949993. We now turn in the mic to you, the viewers and listeners, for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Please keep your comments under 1 minute. Good morning, you name and who side you call from? Yes, please go ahead. Okay, apparently we lost Ibrahim, but call we back, 07999949993. Good morning, you name and who side you call from?
Lamin Samoa Koyato.
Yes, Lamin.
Yeah. I see a clear biasness on the part of some media and some civil society to APC. Between 2007 to 2018, where APC been Bokuna Parliament, then they call the Parliament rubber stamp Parliament. Meaning what the APC wants someone and they happen in a Parliament. Now, SFPP, they do the same thing, then they bulldoze their way in a Parliament, and you say collective responsibility, which is a clear biasness to APC. How can a government country run like this. Wait, all the odds now to APC no more na the pointer. The last time when I say Robert Stamp Parliament, APC waiting they want, now they happen. Right now, SFPP waiting they want another Parliament day. APC no they will change them, now they happen. Then when I say collective responsibility, this kind of way where the country they go so, we wanna bias against one party, and go try for let go before. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 079-994-993, now the number where you go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Good morning, you name and who side you call from?
James from PC.
Yes, James.
Let we all Sierra Leoneans realize the parliament will get, in principle, a collective responsibility the body. That is not going to be argued about. Because anything will happen under, if the other side no want for participate, in boycott, they have that right. Or if they don't boycott, then they need that collective. So law no down the law, the people they don't begin to shake who hate them.
Okay.
Two, this government for no say or the parliament for no say, the people then they suffer. Yeah? Because law, the MNO, them mobile phone companies then. They don't increase the price. They agree data and every other thing. But we know they get the service. They are sure we say then go put down then let them improve the service. They don't improve it. Right now you buy data then they 55. When you buy any amount of data, they say now 1 week. You know the 1 day they don't. Then the connection not proper. What is this? We are suffering. Let the government think about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993. Now, the number we go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Good morning, you name and who side you call from?
Dauda Dwaza.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Somebody don't call this budget the right name. Now, a killer budget. It can really kill the citizenry of this country. I mean, here is a budget full up with tax increases, you know, particularly then 2 items, building materials and food, you know. I mean, if me citizen, because then they increase on with staple food, you know, today they say no tax, no they unrest. Every day rest price, they go up. Now, then they can put, tax on that. You can imagine what they can happen to rest in price. Then building materials, cement, iron rod, possibly zinc, insect. Then people will be don't build and host them from 19 where now then they can begin for increase we rent then. Rent to a point sometimes you're not able even for pay. So if you not get sales on top you, then tax make food, you know, they eat better food. A killer, a budget. All because of this bloated, weight bill we will get every day. Then they make appointment. Count how many, advisors we president get. Advisors we get, ministries then. When then for the talk to the priority for do.
Okay.
But ministry can then they make advisors then, and then all majority now then diaspora then they just see them. They don't know nothing about this country. To God no help we.
Okay. 079-994-993. Now the number we go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Good morning, you name and who side you call from?
Epic Radio.
Yes.
The call for Matandomina Mohammed.
Yes, please go ahead.
These people then just come for punish you because then all things okay for them. And they get all things free. So they don't care if people then they suffer outside. I mean then they increase on side. Tax, that too. They don't care about the nation. But I put a blame to the service delivery people know them they talk, then civil society. Now they need to talk again because now they don't buy all the multi there. Nobody no gonna media or talk for we again. So now still don't do at this country now. Now that no.
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Good morning. You name and who side you call from?
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, Lamtak.
Thank you very much for the program. There was no miss nothing. You handle it well.
Thank you.
So I want to commend you for that good handling of the program this morning.
Thank you.
To be honest, I listen me brother them and Melvin says and I to say now one of the best journalists. He show a liberal any no bias any deliberations any analysis. We church go say the bank go say that party. We church go say that party. So we mandate a balance. You are unpredictable. To this point of parliament, honestly, then tell them pass. Now they have two parties pass up. Then one party they can say not to we. Me, I don't know about the population. So then politicians, no less to you. Then just they have the self-interest and the family, and the party they already serve. They don't honest to the country. This financial act way they bring come for 2024 where they take effect. Me, I want to let people look at them critically because the unfortunate part of Salunan, most of the time they come, they need the parliamentarians they go to the people them. Forget to we can't explain to we say, hey, that's what you want to do. That's what you want pass to Brana nothing. Now the unfortunate part that they the vote. They can quite support some of the parliament. Now clap. Pa me unfortunate law continue to pray. The what's good for Salon, let God give you.
Okay.
What's good for Salon, let God give you.
Okay.
They want no good for we, let God not give you.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. 079-994-993. 9:23 now the time from we studio clock. And we still get more time. Good morning, you name and who side you call from?
In a bumper, I call from St. John.
Yes, bumper.
But now we did. If you don't take money, don't take tractors for good plant. If the plant no yield dividend, boom. Now the ordinary farmer now they can push now say if for good plant, waiting go commodity. If you for set the example, you don't talk to money, but all kind equipment to no see dondo, go do no see. They look waiting they happen. Now the first million say let them go plant agriculture. They look again waiting and they do for the farmers there before they give them the rest on time. No staying they give them October. We by right them for don't get the rest inside April. For let them prepare them family. That's how they go to what checks and balance. 50 factor spending. Checks and balance no day. Would I fact say no to me business? We watch who side they really press me now. Now these debts to the hard and long take. And even to the international corporation people, they don't find out we. Now they impose the tax on we because of they will malpractice them, especially by election. If they make them afraid we. And look how this nation, they are a driven nation. We don't get dundo. Now then they post tax, other they suffer. Now the ordinary people, now make you see hunger, starvation, abject poverty. Now one of the indicators that they went rapidly right now, even they can go up. The money they can, but nobody know this year. Huge amount of money, they go to some. Also how they go, and where was the family don't say we take go downside. Now even to appointment of Petete Telefone, we go begin here, you say, then they appoint person we say go in charge of. Who said the money they come out?
Okay.
All the sector then the money need. So companies for get cautiously, they how they do things.
Okay, thank you. 079-994-993 now the number we go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning. Very interesting views. Good morning, you name and who side you call from?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Me, what have been the try number for say, and this I've been talking about my last time. Field salon. Fine. It's fine, say fine. But I'll go and feel with it. By this guy where no, but this is a smart boy. It was smart. Field salon. Field there. I'll be able to take tractor for who work the body. The day of the end, all I don't spend on. Well, now from where to my hometown, how much are they pay? Boku money, then field salon.
Okay, thank you very much. 079-994-993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the conversation this morning, 9:25. Now the time from we studio clock. Good morning.
Morning, I started from Central.
Yes, I do.
I think there are two documents there, then the debate on the parliament last week. You get the finance act, you get the budget. So if I the finance act want to talk about, because I only want to come, not to the budget, because But
Yeah, please go ahead.
Because we have a kid or whatever, you're not going to be able to finance it. That is one. And I'm tired of believe people say their position, they complain. Now, your email, we don't tell you, say, we don't get parliamentary calendar. That finance act, it go a day before the debate on it. People don't even get a chance for even talking. I did read on Facebook, I see people away, the tax away inside that finance act, they affect, particularly in gambling, the gumbo. So they're not even consultants say, we go put tax pan gamble, I mean, across the board. Way of which tax way have to do with earnings. It's progressive. What if 500 person win, they pay it for different way, person win 20 million. Then can they harmonize and they make a flat rate? So these are the things. I mean, even thing like a rest. I mean, well, if we not begin produce to get state where they say they can't feed the people that way they bring West Cam now, if you can't begin tax the game, whatever the cost that taxing will be, now the people and get for pull and come out.
Okay.
That's like also the beginning against go suffer. Or those that will say in turnover go slow. But so these are the things we talk. If you ever say like Comrade government, where they put tax, you therefore try for make them fine and for go starting tax away the benefit the people.
Okay, thank you. 079-994-993. Now the number where you go call for add your voice to the program this morning. Good morning, your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, good morning, Fortune.
Yes, sir.
I'm Johnny again. This tax increment, it's only benefiting the haves and not the have-nots. The one we don't gently, then we continue for gently. We will poor, we continue for you, stay poor. There was no arm twisting. What do you need opposition at parliament for? Now for present critical version of whatever is contested in parliament. APC, they're not arm twist them. Would they expect say them for stand tall against them, some of them and issues them will come up now the policy statement, I mean now the financial policy and this budget will come up with. Because the financial policy, now out of that you will get the budget. Okay. Because whatever policies when they come up with, therefore be reflected in money we government is disbursed and revenue, how them for raise up, and how them for spend. So it's like, APC, they're not trying for you.
Okay.
They're not trying for you. They would have even stayed out of it, that we need time.
Okay.
And we need for support them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 079-994-993. I go take one more call. Then we go draw the curtain down for this morning. Good morning. You name and outside the call from.
Fortune, good morning.
Yes.
Samura on the line.
Yes, Samura.
Yeah, thank you very much to you and the panelists who've been in the studio. The concern, Parliament not get, is it within parliamentary calendar? Where are the first you will forget, where it's valuable for we the people then, because anything where they do, not way for benefit with the people then. They don't make us priority for let them get her. So we how they go to good governance. We're not still there yet. We always elect for make example to think the way they happen in other countries where the citizens and they feel good. Then we make priority to the things the way they make the citizens and not benefit. So you see the difference of politics with the Africa. Fortune. Yes. This country will get a lot for you. You understand?
Yeah.
With the talk of service delivery. Just, I think 2 weeks back, where they disbursed Ministry of Health the money for last year, the last disbursed they for do. Just 2 weeks back, now they get it. So what will happen at the health sector?
Okay.
Now make we go to hospital, so that day. So now the problem is to find yourself. Thank you very much. Now pick it up,
Okay, thank you very much. And that's not the last call we will be able to put through this morning. Plenty thank you to you who don't listen we on radio and you who don't follow the program on Facebook or you who watch we on Sleek TV. And plenty thank you to my producers them, Vandy and Dictionary and Teresa. Now, not forget say the Epic Ultimate Mix Carnival they come up on the 16th of December. If you don't get you ticket yet, now for try for get you ticket. You can get your ticket from the Epic Media House na Hillcourt Road na ya, or you can contact the numbers 078 24 71 48 or 079 94 079 99 4993 079 99 4993. Now the number them where you go call if you want for get your ticket, because the carnival, just as the name is, it's gonna be epic. I get for Dede, Dictionary get for Dede, and plenty other people get for Dede. And yes, me and DJ Wonder get for Get We Rap Battle. Keep it locked to the station. Don't go anywhere. We'll be here tomorrow again for another edition of the Epic Morning Show. I am James Fortune.